sprinkles, Santa Claus's special elf. Because everything is special with sprinkles. Santa Claus knows you're special too, and he has something to say to you. So listen close as Santa Claus shares holiday cheer with you. You can leave a special message for Santa Claus and get on the nice list at www.santaclaussays.net. Now here is the big man himself, Santa Claus!
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas and good cheer to one and all. Santa Claus here, sharing the good word to be, Santa Claus says, be good for goodness sakes. It's good to be with you and to have some Christmas cheer as we are getting closer and closer every day to Christmas. And so we get ready by telling some stories, by having a joke, and by listening to some letters and some words that people send to Santa. Whenever you hear a sound that sounds like this, that means we go into something new here on SantaClausSays.net. SantaClausSays.net is where you can go to be in contact with me, and I listen. I listen to you in your voicemails. There's a button there to talk to Santa and to send me a text or to send me a voicemail. There's also a button that says to get on Santa's list, and there we can be emailing back and forth, and we invite you to go there to SantaClausSays.net and to do just that. Now it's story time, boys and girls. We've been telling a story for the last few days about the little girl and Christmas. And now we're going to finish that story here today. If you'd like to hear the first couple of parts of that story, you can go to some of the earlier episodes on the podcast, which you can find at SantaClausSays.net and on Apple Podcasts and other places. But here's how the story goes today. As we finish the story about the little girl and Santa Claus, and as we left the story, the little girl was on Santa's sleigh, and Santa's sleigh, she'd asked for a trip to be with Santa, and Santa took her on his sleigh, and they landed on a house. And here's how the story goes. She felt the runners of the sleigh scrape upon something, and she knew they must be on someone's roof, and that Santa would slip down the chimney in a minute. Little girl held onto Santa's arm tightly, and she shouldered his pack, and as he shouldered his pack, never thinking that it was any heavier than usual, and with a bound and a slide, there they were, Santa, little girl, pack and all, right in the middle of a room where there was a fireplace and stockings, all hung up for Santa to fill. Just then, Santa noticed little girl. He had forgotten all about her for a minute, and he was very much surprised to see her. "Bless my soul," he said. "Where did you come from, little girl? And how in the world can we both get back up that chimney again?" It's easy enough to slide down, but it's quite another matter to climb up again. Santa looked really worried. But little girl was beginning to feel very tired by this time, and so she said, "Oh, never mind, Santa. I've had such a good time, and I'd just as soon stay here. I believe I'll curl up on the front of near this fireplace, and I will take a nap. For it looks so warm and cozy as a fireplace, just like at my house." "Wait," little girl said. "This is my house. There's my teddy bear in the chair, and I leave him right there every night. And there's Bunny Cat curled up on the cushion in the corner." And little girl turned to thank Santa and say goodbye to him, but either he had gone very quickly or else she had fallen asleep very quickly. She never could tell which, for the next thing she knew, Daddy was holding her in his arms and was saying, "What is my little girl doing here? She must go to bed, for it's Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, And old Santa won't bring presents if he thinks there are any little folks awake. But little girl knew better. And when she began to tell him all about it and how Santa had given her such a fine ride on the sleigh, Daddy laughed and laughed. He said, "Oh, you've been dreaming, little girl. You've been dreaming." But the little girl knew better than that. Tight in her hand, she held a sprig of holly, just like here, and the elves had given to her. And where she was in the front of the fireplace, just as Santa had left her. The trouble was, Daddy himself had never been a little girl, so he didn't know anything about it. But we know she hadn't been dreaming, don't we? The end. A wonderful story about the little girl. Oh, it's joke time, boys and girls. It's joke time here on Santa Claus Says. And here is our joke for today. I want you to share this joke with your friends. It is like this. What did the gingerbread man put on his bed? What did the gingerbread man put on his bed? A cookie sheet. A cookie sheet. The gingerbread man put a cookie sheet on his bed. How funny is that? How funny is that? We have now our time, boys and girls of all ages, here where we share our time to share someone that gives a letter to Santa or a message to Santa. I do want you to know that you can send me a message, and I really would like to read your messages or share your messages right here on Santa Claus Says. Leave me a voicemail or a text or an email or a physical mail, a card or a letter. You can do all of that at santaclaussays.net. And there is a button there to leave me a voicemail or a text. There's another button that says get on Santa's list, and you can leave me an email that way. And there's even a place to send me a letter. I'll get all those and I'll answer them because guess what? Santa Claus listens and I respond and I'm helpful. But here's one little boy sent me a letter. It was really kind of funny and I liked it a lot. And just simply said in his letter to me, "Dear Santa, I think you're terrific. Goodbye, Jimmy." That was it. "Dear Santa, I think you're terrific. Goodbye, Jimmy." Jimmy, I think you're terrific too. Boys and girls, I think every single one of you are special. Remember Sprinkles the elf? She's special, but you are special too. And you are here with me on Santa Claus Says to be good. And we're happy for that. Well, that's about all we have time for here tonight, boys and girls. Sprinkles and I got to get ready. We got to get ready for Christmas. It's coming, and I got to find that Sprinkles. We got to go. We got work to do. Santa Claus says, be good, be nice, and be kind to one another. And we'll see you next time here on Santa Claus Says. Now I got to go find Sprinkles. Where is she? Can you help me find Sprinkles? Hey, Sprinkles, where are you? Help, become Sprinkles. Hey, where are you, Sprinkles? Hey, Sprinkles. Sprinkles. Where'd she go? Is she over?
You're special to Santa Claus, just like Sprinkles. Get on Santa's nice list at santaclaussays.net and watch Santa Claus Says live on YouTube. Tell him Sprinkles sent you.